How you doing?
Chillin', man. How y'all doing, man? All right?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Khalil, what did you focus on this offseason in terms of your own training to try to put together a full, what is now a 17-game season?
Damn. I mean, that's a broad question when it comes to me. But I like to work on everything. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I like to think of myself as a complete outside linebacker. And so whether it's drops or rushing or get off or speed, it's all those different intangibles, especially playing on the edge, that I work on consistently throughout the year.
What do you impressed on you about Sean as a defensive coordinator, and what are you excited about linking up with him to do?
He has some of those same qualities like Vic, just understanding the player's strengths and understanding how the simpler the better, you know what I'm saying, but also understanding the offensive side of the ball as well and having them adjust to us more than we adjust to them. And that's pretty much sums up kind of what I see so far from him.
He's called Vic an evil genius.
Yeah.
Approaching that, is he there?
We'll know when the time comes, but at the same time, it's just the mindset. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of see similarities between the two because he worked under Vic for quite some time, I believe. So you could definitely tell that he has some of the same mindset that Vic has.
Khalil, you guys said last year that the defense wasn't as good as you had hoped it would be. Was that on players? Was that a scheme reason? What came together to kind of make it that way, and how do you fix it?
To me, it sounds like excuses. But for me personally, I know I could play better. And so ultimately, what I can control is what I can control, you know what I mean? And that's everybody's approach to this season. What you can control is what you control, but what you bring to the table, man, we got to bring it all together and be what we know we could be. And that's a great defense. And just talking about it is not something that I'm accustomed to. I'm an action guy, and so I'm not going to say shit. I'll show you better than I can tell you, you know what I mean? Hey, man, every time I look at him, I just call his name, man. Eddie G. He look and smile. He don't say much. But it's a great feeling to have that guy back in the building, man, and just understanding the type of person he is, but the type of player he is as well. And I know it's going to be a fun one, man. Anytime you're out there with Eddie G, man, he make life easier for you. Say who? Eddie G, what he means to the front. Okay. Yeah, shit. I mean, when you got a nose that can take on double teams, that's 1,000 pounds and make it look easy and shed blocks and make it hard for those running backs to get out of the backfield. It's hell for those guards and those centers. And so just understanding his strengths, he brings all different type of intangibles as well. You know what I'm saying? Not only stopping the run, but he can pass rush as well. So just having a guy like that back is huge.
At the end of the season, when Ryan and Matt talked, they said you had a shoulder injury that had affected you late in the year, and I know you're not about excuses.
Yeah.
You were on the injury report a ton last year.
Yeah.
It had to impact you some, right?
I mean, that's the whole point. I'm out there. I'm 100%. You know what I'm saying? I'm not blaming anything on anything. You know what I'm saying? When I'm out there, I'm doing whatever I can to help the team win, and that's ultimately the kind of guy you got with me. You know what I'm saying? And me.
Shoulder, the worst of the variety of issues you had last year?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it is what it is. But I wouldn't keep talking about it. You know what I'm saying? As if it had too much of an effect. But it is what it is at the end of the day. And everybody in the building know what it was. So it is what it is.
Khalil, you and Robert Quinn, what can you all do this year as opposed to for your production last year to ramp up and get to the quarterback more?
I mean, you say what we can do, get to the damn quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got paid to do. Come in and affect the game by getting to the quarterback and create turnovers and short fields for this offense. And ultimately, that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we're not satisfied with the result last year. So it's work to be done, man, and enough talking. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. I don't like talking about this shit.
Real quick, I'm sorry, Robert Quinn is available in the midway for anyone who needs him now, so.
Oh, yeah, but.
There is some sort of a sense of urgency here as you report to camp. Matt was talking about harder, faster practices, no complacency. Are you feeling that sense of urgency around this team?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a sense of urgency. You know what I'm saying? Especially from my standpoint. You know what I mean? You don't get too many years in the NFL, and too many chances to win ball games, and too many chances to get to the playoffs and go all the way. And like Charles Woodson told me a long time ago, he was like, man, you cannot waste time. You know what I'm saying? This shit is very valuable. You know what I mean? And I understand that now going into year 8 and only being in the playoffs maybe 3 times so far and losing in the first round every one of them. You know what I'm saying? Shit is very valuable. You know what I'm saying? Time is of the essence, and it's always a sense of urgency.
Khalil, you've always been the one that is always thinking about going after the football.
Yeah.
Matt Nagy sat here yesterday and talked about the emphasis on takeaways.
Yeah.
How big that's going to be this season. So, how much ownership are you personally taking in that responsibility?
I'm taking that's huge. That's huge to me. You know what I'm saying? God getting the football, you know what I'm saying? It creates a whole different mindset and offensive mindset when you can take the ball away. From my standpoint, that's something that I got to do better. You know what I'm saying? I got to be able to get to the quarterback and get the ball out, and create those short fields, like I said before.
Can I get one more?
What's up?
Just, you talked about timing, you know, you don't have forever to play, time is of the essence.
Yeah.
You guys are kind of regrouping on offense.
Yeah.
Can the defense carry this team as the offense goes about finding its way? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I the thing about a team sport is everybody got to carry each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's about everybody being on one accord and everybody doing what it takes to win ball games. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's them scoring 17 points or 14 or 12 and us shutting another team out, whatever it takes to win the ball game is definitely what we got to step up and be able to do on defense.
Thank you. Good to see you. Eddie, this was your first practice in a long, long time. What did it feel like being back out there today?
I felt good. Felt good. Just getting back out there with the teammates and running around, making plays. Today we had a short practice, but it was fun.
What excites you about getting back into football this year?
Just simple things, man. Just practicing, being out on the field. The season. Just working towards one goal. It's the main thing, probably. Yeah.
Eddie, how difficult was it to make the decision to sit out last year? And then how challenging was it to think through everything that goes into coming back?
It was really challenging. When I made the decision, I weighed all of my options, and just thinking I would be away from the game for a year, it really took a toll on me, especially when I watched the season and how it played out and how we made the playoffs and everything. It was something to experience, but it wasn't really a fun thing.
As the season played out, was there any kind of regret about your decision?
Yeah, it's always regret when you take a step back from something you love, So, yeah.
How hard was that decision for you to make?
It was very hard.
At what point did you know that you wanted to play this season?
You said what?
At what point did you know you wanted to play this season?
As soon as it was over.
Can you tell us what went into the decision for you just not to be here during the off season and everything?
It was, you had the COVID protocols, and then also some family issues.
Eddie, what was a day in the life of you last year when you are not here, not playing, doing what you love? What did you do? How did you train, stay in shape?
It was pretty simple, that's all I did, was train. I would run here, run there, and I would just stay in the house and play with my dogs,
How much communication, if any, did you have with teammates, the team?
I can't hit what you said.
How much communication, if at all, did you have when you were away from the team with your teammates, the team, anyone?
Like after games, I would text guys like "good game." Bilal had a lot of good games. Akeem had a lot of good games, as well as Mario. So, I was in contact through text message. We didn't really talk on the phone like that, but through text message. It was kind of painful, because when you're used to the routine, it's like what times, like they're hitting the field at this time, they're warming up. Or around this time they're having the locker room speech. You know what I mean? It's like all of that, and just being away from it just kind of killed me.
Eddie, did you watch the games with anybody? What was it like actually watching the game? You're shouting at your TV, things like that?
It was a lot of anxiety. It was like I couldn't really enjoy it, because I was so much in it. You know what I mean? I live and die with every play, so it was tough.
Eddie, as somebody who was obviously concerned enough to sit out last year about the virus, what's your reaction to whatever controversy is going on this year now with some guys getting vaccines, some not, and what the situation you're going to be in this year?
I feel like it's everybody's personal decision to get the vaccine or not, but I just want everybody to make an educated decision,
I know you've only been back in the building for about 24 hours now, but does it feel safe in here? Are you happy? Do you have a comfort level for?
Yeah, I feel comfortable with the guidelines and the protocols the Bears put in place. So I definitely feel safe, especially with the trackers that we have. How they can track the who you've been around, if you have the virus or not. So I feel comfortable with it.
Eddie, where were you last year when you were watching games and just training? Where were you living?
California.
Eddie, when you look around, you see the talent that's still here.
The who?
When you look around, and you see the talent on defense that's still here. What is this defense capable of after maybe taking a little bit of a step back last season?
Sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit. I don't wanna speak too early, but we definitely have a lot, and we definitely have a high ceiling.
Eddie, what are the advantages of having, outside of keeping your family safe and obviously the COVID stuff, but what are the advantages for your body, maybe for a football player who hasn't had quite this long break before, especially an NFL caliber player like yourself?
What you mean, like advantages as far as like my health?
Yeah, physically, you look physically awesome.
Appreciate that. With anybody, it's just like, you get to rest your joints. Like I use my hands a lot. My hands feel good, my elbows feel good. So just that stuff, the little stuff.
So Eddie, after just one day back, do you feel more rusty or more rested as a?
It's just like any first day. You got to go out there, you got to get the call, and you got to get used to putting your hands on guys. So it's just that.
So do you feel like the year off will be either an advantage or disadvantage to you at this stage of your career?
I'll determine that at the end of the season.
Eddie, knowing what you know now, how everything's kind of gotten to this point here, any regrets at all about sitting out, or?
No regrets.
Eddie, you left as a Pro Bowl alternate. Do you come back feeling pressure?
I will say though, the only regret that I do have is just the fact that my teammates went to battle without me. That'll be my only regret. But
I was just saying, when you left, you were a Pro Bowl alternate. Do you feel pressure coming back in to get back to that level very quickly, and do you think that you can?
I feel pressure from myself, not from anybody else though, and it's definitely doable. I feel like I'm gonna do it.
Eddie, you said that, your only regret would be that your teammates, you left your teammates going to battle without you. How do you feel like that was received? And as you're spending this first couple days here, how do you feel like, what's the reaction from your teammates as they're seeing you back after you did opt out of last season?
Yeah, and that was something I was thinking about. When I came back, everybody, greeted me with love, you know what I mean? And I feel like everybody's just, happy to be back in the building together, you know what I mean? And, that's it.
Eddie, Matt Nagy kind of joked that you can be a hard person to get a hold of. Is it hard to like answer the phone or answer a text message from a teammate or a coach when it's a personal decision to be away? But like you said, it's tough being away.
Yeah, but me as a person, I don't really deal with my phone a lot. Like I could be over here doing something, and my phone would be over here. You feel me? And I just, sometimes I don't look at my phone.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Eddie, welcome back.
That's why I haven't got that.